This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about our next module, EC2. EC2 in AWS is completely related to server operations. Server operations in cloud. Server operations means like it may be physical server, it may be virtual server. So we have a lot of servers. I will explain. Windows server as well as Linux server. So we have a lot of servers here. Like in EC2, we are trying to understand what is EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. It means like server related. So benefits and use cases and pricing model, and we will discuss one by one. So here, what is EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2. C is Elastic Compute Cloud. So E means Elastic, and one C is compute and cloud. C like C2, like that. They created naming like that. So in the same way, like S3. So S3 means simple storage service. So like that, the same way they created name like EC2 means Elastic Compute Cloud. What is exactly Elastic Compute Cloud? It is server operations in cloud. So server operations in cloud. It is also called as a virtual service. Most of the time, this EC2 is also known as Elastic Compute Cloud, and it provides the resizable computing capacity in the Amazon Web Services. Resizing computing capacity means you can just drag and drop how many resources you want and all. You can create 2 CPU with 4 GB RAM, 4 CPU with 8 GB RAM, like how you want. You can facilitate your infrastructure same as per your requirement. And also, it is a simple web services and all. It will allow you to create a server at any time and all. And these servers are called as a virtual servers, and these are instances. And most important thing is this is like pay-per-use model services. So I can create one server for 2 days. I can use for 2 days, then I need to pay for only 2 days. And also, these you can import and export these servers from on-premises VMware to AWS and AWS to VMware also. And you can choose these resources. You can choose these instances based on your requirement. It is available in different operating systems like Windows, Linux, as well as Mac OS, some CentOS. Like we have multiple operating systems are available, and also you can purchase with different hardware model and all. So I will show you all of these things also. So now coming to what is EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud, we understand why we go for EC2. This is like easier and faster. First thing, easier and faster means you can just drag and drop kind of thing. So you can easily create server, and within 2 minutes your server you can able to deploy, and you can use that. Elastic and scalable. It is just like drag and drop. You created with 2 CPU with 4 GB RAM. After 1 month you want to upgrade, so you can upgrade anytime. That is easier, like elastic and scalable. So then coming to here, like high availability. In case as like these are available in multiple data centers. In case one data center is down, your server is available in another data center, like that. So that is the one more important. And cost effective means like you can use like how you want, like with 2 CPU or 4 GB RAM. So like you can save the money because of pay-per-use model. After like you can also maintain like only during daytime. Only you need to pay for during daytime. After hours you don't need to pay anything. So like that we can maintain the pay-per-use model also. Then what are the operating systems it is supporting? So before going to that, any questions here about what is EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud? Simply all server operations in AWS. Server operations means if you go to the any company, that company is managing the servers, right? So from where they are getting the servers? The servers may be physical server that is coming from vendor and you can rack in the office. The second one is there is a virtual server, that is a VMware server. VMware is the software. That software is creating the virtual servers. These virtual servers you can use, your company use, and you can manage that. And the third way, you can buy the server from the cloud. It may be Azure, it may be Azure, Google Cloud, and it may be um, um, AWS, wherever you want, you can buy the server and you can manage from your on-premise. So that means as a Linux admin, as a system admin, you can manage this server, and you can manage the physical server as well. So now we now most of the companies are migrated to VM. VM is are migrating to here because of money, like money saving and all, easy operations, and there is a lot of advantages are there. So now coming to in AWS, you want to build a server. What kind of operating systems you can able to deploy? So I can able to deploy this operating systems here, like Microsoft and CentOS and Linux, as well as Amazon also created one operating system, and also Debian, and we have a lot of operating systems you can create. So now coming to use cases of the operating use cases of the EC2. So before going to this, any questions here, anyone? So use cases means like you can use this server for application hosting, content delivery, e-commerce, media hosting, and web hosting. So we have the various applications, like every company is using for media hosting mostly, like and web hosting, web services. Lot of static websites you can host here, and dynamic also you can host here, like that. So that is the one thing. And the pricing model of the EC2. Suppose if you go to the pricing model of the EC2, so you just, if you remember, in AWS, you can buy a server using aws.amazon.com/service name, whatever the service name you want to know the server pricing. Just click on that, you can see the server pricing and all. So we'll talk about that, but at least, oh, yeah, pricing model is there. In this pricing model, we can understand there is a different servers we have. Like one is the free tier, so you can buy the server free, one Windows server, one Linux server they are giving as a free, and you can use them for 1 year. So on-demand instances, whenever you want, you can create. Whenever you don't want, you can delete them. So whenever you don't want, you can delete them. So that is on demand. Reserved means you can reserve a server for 1 year or 2 years, like that. After 1 year, you can stop the server. So like otherwise, you need to pay for 1 year even. So whether you can use it or not, you need to pay because it is reserved. But you'll get more discount on this price, like 30% if you are 40% if you are buying for 1 year, 60% if you are buying for 3 years. Like that, you will get some discount on reserved instances. And spot instance is kind of prepaid. Prepaid means you can pay $100, then the system will work up to $100. After $100, it will stop automatically. The same dedicated instances means the actual physical server is dedicated for your instances. So for example, so if there in generally, so there is a one virtual environment in AWS. This server belongs to Citibank, this server belongs to Capital One, this server belongs to you, this server belongs to me. Like that, many people can able to create their virtual servers in one physical server in general. But sometimes the customer don't want that. They need the dedicated environment, and you can select the dedicated environment while creating the server. Then it is going to dedicated for you only. So that is the instance, dedicated instances. Before going to next slide, any questions here about what are the pricing model here? Anyone? Any of these, like pricing, free tire, on demand, reserve, like that? No questions. Then
Is
go
there
to
any time bound for dedicated charge? Dedicated
dedicated
one?
means like it's like a little more price, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. See, for example, if you go to the on-demand instances, so you can see on-demand, like whenever you want, you can buy, and you don't want, you can remove the server. For example, they categorized into different categorization like A1, A2, like that. There is a different servers here based on the CPU and the memory and storage. Based on that, they categorized into the different category. So these are all of the price also, you can understand how they are charging and all. So based on the model and all. So the other option, if you go to the reserved instance, so you will get some big discount here. So if you go to the pricing model, so in reserved instances, you will get 30% or 50%, like depends on. So suppose if I go to the saving plan, that is a reserved plan. So here you can see some dedicate reserved instances, some prices here. So let me see. Yeah, pricing. So if you go to the reserved instances pricing part, so you can see how it is. So compare with the compute and all. So the pricing, right? So if you go to the 30% discount, 40% discount, based on how you are getting. See, in this model 27% you will get it if you are for 1 year. So like everywhere, so based on your usage, you can get the discount for 1 year. If you go to the 3 years, you'll get more discount, like see 50% discount. So based on the number of years you can use, so 1 year and 3 years we have. So these two are the so partial upfront, all upfront, like payment methods. So you will get the some discount. So here the most important thing we need to understand here is like the pricing model. Like we have different pricing and also different categorized of servers, like on demand, reserved, and scheduled, smart, and dedicated instance. Sometimes you can buy the direct physical server also. Directly physical server. This is the instance, like dedicated instances and dedicated host. So you can buy the physical server as a directly. So that is the one more important. So before going to that, any questions here? Anyone? So the types of EC2 servers. If you go to the EC2 servers, the general purpose, just now I showed you, right? Based on the CPUs and all, like general purpose, in generally we are using sometimes compute optimization, more CPU related. So sometimes your database servers and all, they need more CPU. So then we will go for compute optimization servers. Then sometimes memory optimization, we need more memory, like caching servers and all, they need the more memory. Then we can use for memory purpose and all. So the business will decide like what kind of servers they need to buy and all. So they will give us the requirement, and our job is just straight away go to the console and you can create the server. Otherwise, if you have any templates, you can use the templates to deploy the server. That's all, based on what kind of storage it is. So the application, whatever it is running, based on that we can decide the server model and all. So that is the one more important. Then coming to, they will provide you big servers also, sometime like uh, 2 terabyte of memory with 100 CPUs for SAP applications and all. So it's really big servers they are providing. So I hope everyone understand here what are the different category of the servers are available, and what are the, first of all, what is EC2, why we go for EC2, what is the advantages of the EC2, use cases of the EC2. Then we are understanding about what are the operating systems we can create in EC2, and we understand about different hardware model, like also pricing model we understand and all. So before going to further, any questions here about the all model servers? Anyone? Then AMI we will discuss while we will discuss about the AMI with while discussing about practical. So here AMI means Amazon Mission Image. The model, like it's kind of simply template. It's kind of template. AMI means Amazon Mission Image. We can use this AMI to deploy the servers in our environment. So we can use this server and all. So then coming to the steps, like we'll see like the steps while launching the server, what you need to do exactly. There is a different steps here, like one is you need to select on which region you want to create the server, and you need to select on which availability zone you want to create the server. So also you need to select and choose AMI and which AMI you want to create and all. Also you need to understand here like what type of model and what type of operating system and what security group. Security group means like what security group means like uh, what network you want to allow, from which IP address you want to allow the connection, which IP address you don't want to allow the connection. So these are all decided by the security group. But still we will see what is security group, how to create the security group, and how to manage the security group. Everything we will understand. So let we do some practical. While doing executing the practical, we will see. And also sometimes they will ask you in interview, like suppose before while selecting any of the AMI, so what are the steps we will take care? What are the steps means, like suppose you want to buy a AMI, you want not buy, you want to deploy a server using AMI. So what you need exactly, how what kind of criteria you are selecting, like the pricing model one, and latency, and mostly like our business location. Like for example, your server you are hosting a website in one server, that hosting website is running in Asia regions. So we need to create the server in Asia, like that. So that depends upon the business location where we can go and wherever it is. So that is the most important part. So now coming to, we'll see the some practical, then we'll come back to this document. So any questions here before starting our practical? Anyone? We'll discuss again this, okay? We'll see practical also, everything. So
What's the
yeah,
AMA expansion?
Amazon Mission Image.
Okay.
It's just like a template.
Okay, got it.
It is just a template, like we have the Linux template, right? Usually in our companies we are maintaining some templates. So this in AWS, this AMI is the template. So that is the one more important. So let we do some practical, then while working with practical you'll understand more about this, okay? Yeah, thanks. So now coming to, let we start some practical here. So while doing practical, you just to go to the aws.amazon.com. You can spend some EC2 dashboard first, then we will understand how the dashboard working and all. So now you can go with the, yes, you can also start practice parallelly, okay? If you have the another laptop beside, you can start do practice as well. So it's very easy. Just you can look for the services like EC2 server related. then it is taking you to the dashboard, so where you can manage the server operations. So here we have the dashboard. In this dashboard you can see how many instances are running. As of now, one server is running. Let me stop this and we will work on creating new servers and all. So they will give you two servers as part of free tier, one Windows and one Linux server. Don't go for more servers. Okay, then you can just go to the aws.amazon.com, then EC2 dashboard. Then it is taking you to the separate dashboard where you can maintain the servers and all. So this is the place where we can manage the servers belongs to your company. So that is the one important. Servers belongs to company means like suppose your company need an application. First of all, the flow, if you understand about AWS in traditional also, why you need server. So the final aim of the server is you are creating a server, right? As a Linux administrator, you need a server. So why you need Linux? I mean, as a Linux administrator, why you need a server? Your customer is asking a server for development of an application or web services or databases or application purpose. So many reasons the Linux administrator is getting the request from various customers for server deployment. So if these customers are asking the server deployment in physical, then this guy is going to business and asking them to order a physical server. The same, the customer is asking virtual server, then going to VMware team and asking one server for that. If the customer is asking some development server, development server, QA servers, they need server in AWS, then they will go to the cloud and they will ask the cloud administrator, hey, I need one server like that. Then you can go to the, imagine you are the AWS administrator, you got the request from the Windows admin, you got the request from the Linux admin to create a servers like that. Then you can go to the aws.amazon.com and look for the services, then EC2. Then it is taking you to the separate dashboard where you can maintain the server operations. Then we can go with the instances and you can create. So before that, we just need to understand the dashboard here. The dashboard you can just look for, okay, let me go to the new look, okay. So the dashboard, it will give you the all the resources existing one and all. So you can see how many resources are there, how many servers, how many dedicated instances, how many volumes and security groups. You can see everything from here. Also, there is a one more most important thing here. If you go to the health check of the data centers, so health check of the data centers, like in AWS, there is a lot of data centers created by AWS. So, but here, if you see the in each region some data centers, in this the availability zones, if you remember, availability zones are the data centers only. We have 6 data centers in Virginia region. Some regions are having only 2 or 3 like that. That depends upon the business location. We can create the servers on which location they want. If I go to the California region, I can see only 2 data centers. So like each region, like first you need to make sure on which region is customer is expecting a server. So you just go to the region first step. The second is just to check is there any health issues in this region. That means like if any data center is down or something or any issues. So if you see health check, you can see everything is operational normally. You can go to the health check dashboard also. You can understand how the environment is running, everything is green or any issues like that you can see. Now coming to, now you are in the dashboard. So now if you go to the global view also, this is the region specific. So you can see only Virginia region servers. So if you click on California, you can see like that. But I want to see the global view, all servers. Just you can go to the EC2 global view. It will give you in each region, like how many instances in all 17 regions. Like that, you can able to see how many servers are running and how the AMIs are available. Like, you can see all, like in each region how many subnets and everything you can see from here. It is globally available. Now, now you can go to the one by one events, tag, limits, like that. So here, what is events? Before going to events, first of all, the navigating, like, connecting to dashboard, then global view, and these things. Any questions here, anyone? And health check also, like how the health check is look like. So anyone, any confusion, let me know. So then events. If you go to the, yeah.
Are we doing anything in the health check?
Nothing. That is their health check, like that AWS data centers, right? Their data centers may be down or something like that.
But even if they are down, we won't do anything.
Yeah, we won't do anything. You can see here also. Can you see this? The notification. You can see the notification here also, in case if anything, they will notify here. Open issues, nothing. There is no open issues like that. If you see the old history also, you can see some old open issues, like event logs and all. You can see sometime back EC2 operational issue at north and east. You understand, at this date. So if you click on that, you can see what they did and how, what happened, and there is something effect and resolution. They did something. So they just notify what's going on with AWS at this point of time. So that means if the data center is down, you are trying to create the server, you can't, right? So you got it?
Yeah. Yes.
The events meaning. So if you go to the health check and all. So now I'm going back to AWS. Then I'm going to EC2 instances, then events. So events is the most important thing. So events means if they are doing some maintenance activity over weekend or something like that, they will show here all the events. They will show here all the events, what is going on with our AWS. So and so servers are affecting, so databases are impacting for this. Like that, they will show something here. That is the events. So that means they are doing some server maintenance, that actual physical server maintenance. That server is holding 2 or 3 virtual servers belongs to you. Definitely they are going to affect, right? So that means their responsibility should notify to you, saying that uh, these servers are going to affect, like that. So we need that information. You got this point, right?
Uh, I have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, okay, once they created the server, so how will you, how we can get the username and passwords?
Yeah,
Like,
that we will discuss in a minute. Yeah.
okay. And then
Yeah.
one more thing. So how they will provisioning this server? I mean, say how long we can use it? I mean, what's the cost? So all these things. I mean, they'll send a mail, or they will immediately inform us in this AWS console itself, or what?
You mean uses?
Yes.
Yeah. You can go to your billing dashboard and you can find your server
Okay.
uses and all.
Okay. Got
So
it.
if
Got
you
it.
go to the dashboard, then see today is first, right? So it is. So this is the last. I mean, last month bill. So if I click on that, so I can see $7 from last month. You can see the use cases, how we are using and all. So they will give you the complete report also.
So we can renew at any time, right?
Renew means this is pay per use model. Whenever you use, you can pay for that. If you are not using, you don't need to pay anything. But
Correct.
yeah.
Say for example, I'm buying the server for 6 months.
Mhm.
Say for example, I want to renew this provisioning. after 6 months. After 6 months, in the sense, I mean, to reaching 1 or 2 days. I'm going to reach within 1 or 2 days this 6 months whole period. So on that time, I can renew this provision.
The renew means you can just power on the server or like that, you mean, right?
No, no,
So
no, 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 no.
renew
I'm not.
means what you mean exactly.
I'm not asking about the. I mean, renew means, say for example, for 6 months they are charging around $600. So once I complete these 6 months, so I need to pay much for. I need this server another 6 months. So so I need to again continue my this provisioning, server provisioning, right?
It is pay per use model only. How long you pay, how long you use, you need to pay for that.
Fine.
Yeah, suppose like you need 2 days server, right? You need to pay for only 2 days. First of all,
No.
1 year it is for you are talking about your practice purpose or you are talking about company.
How they will do from the from company end?
In company, we almost 90% we don't care. First thing, we are not paying. Second thing is there is a accounting team handling this.
Okay.
So yeah, we never look into that even. Even
No,
we will not get the access also.
correct. But the thing is, see, if I'm using any critical server, so
Mhm.
that provisioning is around. I mean, I have one year validity.
Mhm.
Say for example, I'm using this FMO server, feature mode operation server. That 1 year completes, then the server will automatically destroyed. I'm right?
No, no, it will not.
Uh-huh.
You need to pay for that. That's all. A server will not delete anything. It is pay per use model. Like you if you use, you need to pay like that.
No,
They will
correct.
not
But
remove anything. They will not delete. If I create the server, for example, so the server is running, right? After
okay,
1 year, the billing is starting.
okay.
Before 1 year, you will not get any charges for this because it is 1 year free.
No, Mike, you're not understanding what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is, from the, I mean, from the company end, I mean, we need to provision the servers. Like, I need this server for 6 months or 1 year. So, say for
There is
example,
no. That's what. There is no like that. There is you have. That's why in few minutes back I explained about. There is a two ways we have. Like we can buy the server in two ways. One is like a prepaid server. It's kind of spot instance. You can pay $100. After $100, it will stop automatically. You want to buy this type of server? Company never look into this because company they never stop the servers. So
correct.
the second option is reserved instance. You can buy 1 year and the server is running until 1 year. Then you need to pay for even 1 year like that. That is the reserve. So the third option is pay per use model. So it doesn't matter like how long the server is running, you need to pay. That's all. If the server is down, you no need to pay like that.
No, that's what the server. How many days they will have the cooling period?
There is no that's what I'm doing. There is no limitation like you use and pay. That's all. Just like your OneDrive or Google Drive. How long you need to pay? How like that? Whenever you use, you can pay that. That's all, right?
For example, I have created around 100 servers
Uh-huh.
for yeah, in the free tier.
Free tier only two servers, one Windows, one
One
Linux.
servers. Okay. In the company operations mode, say for example, they have created 100 servers. So they
Uh,
are using 50 servers. Rest of the 50 servers in the reserve mode.
uh-huh.
So in the a few of the servers, they are running with the critical operations for a year. Suppose after completing this, so they want to go for the decommission of the servers. So they will have the cooling period of around 2.5 months, 3 months. So in that case, how the cooling period will go off? So that's what my question here.
No, you are talking about reserved instance.
Yes. So according to company policy, how they will maintain the server. So
No,
that's
that's
what
why companies definitely they know that they can use at least 1 year once they started with any application. That's why usually they go for the reserved instances if there is any standard application and all. Sometimes some testing environment and all, they don't know how long their testing is continue. So in that case, they will go for the standard instance like these instances, regular instances. It is like a pay-per-use model. How long you can use, you can pay for that. That's all. So like the testing, you want to test an application for 3 months or 4 months. Doesn't matter how many months you can use, pay for that. That's all. So the reserved means, yes, you should suppose reserved means if you reserve 1 year, so the meaning is you need to pay 1 year mandatory whether you can use it or not. So that is the reserved instance. It is not like pay-per-use model. It's reserved. You are buying a server for 1 year. You need to pay for that. After 1 year, immediately it will go for another 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. So like that, the contract will go. So then coming to we are talking about events, right? So if you go to the events, so maintenance related AWS, if any maintenance going on with AWS, they will notify here. The same way tag means like while creating the server, you need to give some name for the servers just for understanding of your instances or your devices. Let imagine here I have lot of security groups. So by looking these security groups, you can't understand this group is created for some purpose like that. If you mention some tag is just for note, kind of note. So now if I go to the tag, I can see the use of this web service, this security group I am using for web services like that. So that means like tag is just a naming purpose, nothing we can do. So like for example, here I have one server, right? By looking this server, you can't see, say this is Linux or Windows, right? Can you understand whether it is Linux or Windows?
No, we cannot.
You can't, right? If you go to the tag and you can update a tag saying the operating system is OS equal to Windows or RHL Linux, Red Hat Linux, then you can clearly understand by going, if you want to know what kind of operating system, just go here and tag, you can see, oh, this operating system is Linux. The tag is just for understanding why we need this device and all. Then coming to the limits. Before going to limits, any questions here about dashboard, events, tags, and limits?
What do you mean by VPC?
No, we'll understand that.
Okay, fine.
These parts you understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the limits means you can't create a hundreds of servers at a time. There is a limitations of the server creation and all. The limitation meaning is like with the specific services you can create maximum 20 servers like that. So otherwise, if there is no limit, then it's very hard for AWS to. It is very hard for AWS to deploy. Arrange the resources and all. Suppose if you create 1,000 servers or 10,000 servers at a time, how they can provide the 1,000 servers to you? Definitely it is impossible, right? because definitely they need to arrange the actual resources. Our job is just click here. Suppose one day you got the request and you want to create a server, just you launch instances, then you can select what kind of operating system you want. Suppose like I can select the model of server and all, so I can select like 100 servers or 1,000 servers like that. Our job is right, very simple, but for them really those many servers, those many CPUs, memory and everything they need to arrange in the back end. How they can arrange? How they can arrange the resources? Definitely it is not possible, because there is a only maximum 20 servers we can create with these instances. So that is the limitation. Limits means you can't create a number of servers, and there is a each area there is a limits. So that is the meaning of limits. You need to understand how many security groups you can create by default, how many VPCs you can create by default. So that means the meaning is not restricting completely. They will increase the resources by creating the ticket with them. So you can create a ticket with them, service quota increase. You just go here and you can request them what service you want. Then you can create a ticket so that they will update you more resources and all. And even in company, our manager, right, every company there is a one manager from AWS, so they are always changing with the company. Even we no need to worry, because they are always looking for this, like do you need any resources like that. So they are always looking for you. So and they are changing with you, like any servers are you looking like that, so that we no need to worry about that. So that is the one more important. Now coming to if you go to the server deployment, very easy. You go to the server and don't create any instances like spot and saving, reserved, dedicated, and all these instances you should not create. You can create, but you need to pay for that. So only they will give you the only they will give you can create anything. Like if you create a spa like reserved instance, you need to use 1 year. So don't go for dedicated. If you go to the dedicated host, they will give you the one dedicated server in data center, and they will send you the login credentials and all, so they will charge for that. So instead of just to go with only instances, don't go for any of these. So just to go to the instances, and you can launch the instance and create the server, what kind of operating system and all that I will explain. So but one important thing here is don't go for any of these servers. After server creation, then we will understand server operations. Then we will understand AMI and volume, snapshots and security, load balancer, and one by one we will discuss. So before going to that, any questions, anyone, any confusion here about just introduction to EC2, then logging into AWS and navigating some console here. So this is the this EC2 is the region specific. See, if you see the region, you can see the region specific. The service is region. That means if you create a server in Virginia region, you will not see the same server in Virginia. So that means it is the region, only region specific. And the VPC means like the you are, but we will discuss about VPC later on. But VPC means like it is the virtual data center in AWS. So AWS is very big ocean, in that we are creating our own virtual data center in AWS, our own subnets we are creating, and we can provide the routings and all securities and everything. So this may be the development environment, QA environment, production environment. We can create the multiple. One is like something like DMZ to public access and all. So we can create any number of data centers, and we can manage these data centers like that. So I hope everyone understand here. If anyone not clear, let me know about you got this VPC, right? But there is a big topic about VPC. At least outline. VPC means virtual private cloud. That means you can create your own virtual data center in AWS. In that virtual data center, you can manage your own virtual servers. Separate, you can isolate the environment also. So that is the VPC, but we will discuss about that. And also make sure health check is this one. You can check health check, and you can see if there is any scheduled changes here, so you can understand. So, and health check also important. Just go here. So then tomorrow onwards we will go to the server deployment. So we can create the server, and we can operate the server and all. So please go ahead. Any questions here up to now? Any confusion?
Actually, we discussed about the limits, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Around 20 servers we can able to create the limits. So
Mm-hmm.
as like in the VPC also, is there any limits?
Yeah, maximum five. Yeah, five limits.
Okay.
Maximum five VPCs you can create as part of our free time. If you go VPC, so security group routings, and you can see maximum five. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, five current limit. So they will increase actually. It's not meaning like they will not. So they will increase. You need to create the ticket for that. So for us, it is just a number. For them, it is really they need to create the routers, switches, and they need to do lot behind.
So in this VPC, we can have the our private VPCs.
Yes, exactly. Private VPC and public VPC also we can create, and we can enable the integration also from on-premises to AWS. So we will discuss that as well. Yeah. So any confusion questions? Yeah, thanks everyone. So we started new batch in weekend batch. So Saturday morning 9 a.m. EST. So if anyone interested, any one of your friends, let them know. And we are also starting one placement oriented batch in India and US. So let them know anyone interested. Okay, thanks.
I mean, what's it? Placement based batches?
Yeah. Placement batch means the main agenda for placement batch is like we need to work a long time. Yeah, it's not like only